Чуть-чуть repeat. Чуть-чуть repeat. Open your brain. Open your brain. Open. Open. Where point? How open your brain? Where point? Okay. Значит, you can see brain. Brain has next part. This is what you know. Это теленцефалон. Теленцефалон. То есть two hemisphere, you know. Name this lobe.
Frontal, parietal, temporal, occipital, cerebellum.
Okay. What is it structure?
Corpus callosum.
Corpus callosum has next part, please.
Rostrum, genus, body, splenum.
What is it name part?
Thalamus. Thalamus?
Brain.
Midbrain. No.
Include brain.
Diencephalon.
What is it? How many parts?
Thalamus, hypothalamus.
Pons and
One student speak.
pons and
Значит,
No,
diencephalon
professor.
next. Two main.
Thalamic region,
Thalamic region and
epithalamus.
Thalamic region include
Thalamus, hypothalamus,
and no hypothalamus. Hypothalamus different.
thalamus,
Thalamic region have epithalamus, thalamus and
metathalamus.
metatalamous. This значит hypothalamus, this is epithalamus, and this is thalamus. Значит, between hypothalamus thalamus located sulcus.
Hypothalamus sulcus.
Она значит start from interventricularis foramen and opening aqueduct.
Which foramen,
This is
professor?
sulcus hypothalamic.
Foramen, professor. This
Which foramen?
intraventricularis.
Next, this is значит, diencephalon continues into. This is, you can see, midbrain. Into through the midbrain. This is aqueduct. Aqueduct continues and fourth ventricle. I opened, for example. This is, you can see, midbrain. This is part between pons and midbrain. This is located isthmus rhomboideus. Isthmus rhomboideus. Then I explain. Isthmus rhomboideus, located between midbrain and the pons. Next, you can see pons. Pons at medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata. And the pons on the dorsal surface forms rhomboid fossa. Rhomboid fossa, you know, flow of the ventricle. What you can see. This is, you know, located apice majandi. This is apice ложка. So this is, you know, this is into brain located ventricular system. You must know ventricular system consists of next part. It's a lateral ventricle, third ventricle, and fourth ventricle. This is structure ventricular system, and this is canalis centralis of the spinal cord form into embryonal period of the development of the organism. Потому что because in early appear this is neural tube. Neural tube, anterior end of the neural tube form brain. Another form spinal cord. This is neural tube, anterior form. This is ventricle. So this is ventricular system forms an embryonal period. If you want know more, so you must repeat. This is histology. Understand? Поэтому this is form in development. Understand? Поэтому because it's form in embryonal period. Так, подождите, вот сюда. Так, это у нас inferior, значит, вот inferior, вот так. Это у меня вот так все оставим. what you can see, this is you can see projection. It's projection. How is this projection? These two projections. Into telencephalon located. This is
Lateral ventriculus.
Endoencephalon located. This is third ventricle. And this is, you know,
Fourth ventricle.
fourth ventricle. This fourth. What this is, you can see, it's
Anterior horn. Cornus anterior.
lateral ventriculum. Это two symmetrically. Их two. Да, it's two. This is two ventricle connect. Connect with help third ventricle. Да, through the
Intraventricular foramen.
потом intraventricular connect ventricular and third. То есть between and third system. Understand? This is you can see lateral ventricle consists have next part. Это anterior,
Central part. Posterior. Inferior. Posterior.
Значит, this is another name according to localization. If you according localization, this
Central.
coordinate frontal,
Parietal.
central, and
Occipital.
to is located in lobe. Instead insula lobe, you know. And you know, for yes, this is between ventricle magnetum. You can see what this is septum pellucidum. What, and this septum pellucidum between located small cavity. This is small cavity named fifth ventricle,
Fifth ventricle.
between septum 5. Understand?
Septum
Understand. Итак, so this is you can see anterior corner. What you can see, what frontal lobe, так скажем, open. This is you can see anterior corner. This anterior corner.
Anterior corner.
This anterior corner. Теперь это нужно. This is and this. This. I'm going to show you. Итак, anterior corner, значит, located in this anterior corner. You can see anterior corner, anterior corner, anterior corner. You must know how many wall has every ventricle. If you anterior corner has next, this is wall, lateral, inferior, anterior, inferior. Вот, да? This is you can see transverse section. This is you can see if your anterior corner has medial wall, it's
Septum pellucidum.
septum pellucidum, septum pellucidum,
Septum pellucidum.
septum pellucidum. This is next medial. This you don't see. Medial you can see. This is head of the
Caudate nucleus.
caudate nucleus. What you can see, caudate nucleus. This you can see, caudate nucleus. Understand? What you can see, this is caudate nucleus. This is you can see what caudate nucleus. This is what you can see, corpus
callosum.
Corpus callosum. Вот он, you can see corpus callosum. Anterior это к genus.
Genus.
Corpus callosum. Вот он, genus, corpus callosum.
Rostrum.
Form inferior. Understand? Anterior cornu. You must know что cornu anterior continues in central part. Central part continues in inferior. It connects with posterior.
Posterior corner.
This is lateral ventricle has common cavity. Understand? Common cavity. Вот здесь, смотрите, if you вот здесь бета, what you can see anterior, this is you can see area central. Смотрите, continuous central and continuous and lateral. It's you can see posterior. This you can see anterior, continues into central, and continues. This is you can see posterior. This is you don't see inferior. Don't see what you can see. If you saw, what you can see, смотрите, see. Значит, central corner has next word. Это medial it's.
Body of fornix.
Это body fornix. If you this, это будет septum, corpus callosum. No, maybe так posterior part to splenum, да, to splenum. In this area. Understand, да? And это будет, this is superior. If you medial body fornix, a lateral don't. Absent. Inferior, what you can see inferior? What is inferior? You can see the thalamus and
Caudate nucleus.
Caudate
Fornix.
nucleus. Вот смотрим сюда, see. What you can see. This is beta. You see? Смотрите, вот. This is, you can see, это caudate, вот you can see, это plexus.
Coracoides.
What you can see, choroid plexus. Understand? This is, you can see thalamus. This is, you know, what you can see, choroideus. Choroideus fixation, what you can see, смотрите, see. Choroideus. Plexus, plexus choroideus. This is, you can see, это stria terminalis, это caudate nucleus. Stria terminalis. This is lamina affixa. What you can see, tenia choroidea, maybe lamina choroidea. You can see, вот она. This is lamina, two lamina fixation. This is plexus choroideus. What you can see, plexus choroideus. This is without delay, да? Вот. This is structure, вот form, это form wall inferior wall of the central part. Understand? Inferior wall. Understand? Understand. And you must know, смотрите, see, вот this is, you can see tenia, вот она, fixation to lamina, вот она, lamina. Да, вот она, lamina, choroidea. This is lamina choroidea continues into posterior corner and inferior corner. Understand? How forms lamina choroidea? How forms, lamina choroidea. How forms plexus choroidea? Plexus form telachoroidea. Telachoroidea from, значит, start from pia mater. Pia mater. What you know, this is skull, да, skull. This is located dura mater. Потом у нас arachnoid. Arachnoid. Потом this is located pia, да, mater. Pia mater. Pia mater from invagination. Это у нас будет, ну, как она у нас? White matter and grey matter, да? This is gyrus and gyrus, да? Это gyrus and white matter. This is lamina. This is invagination, pia mater, through the fissura choroideus, enter in ventricle. Two layer. This is, you know, located many capillaries. System artery vein, да? And form, как aureta, plexus, aureta. And this is form, как там, finger-like, да? Folds. Form, plexus choroideus. This is also plexus choroideus from what you can see. Вот видите, вот plexus choroideus, она connect with lateral ventricle. From vein, vena cerebri magna.
Vena
cerebri. Vena cerebri magna from plexus enter to sinus rectus. From cerebellum open into this is sulcus, sinus petrosi superior. То есть this is from plexus, the blood flow into vein, да, into sinus. This is blood flows through the vertebral vein, basilar vein. And the other part, this is flows through the sinus. Sinus connect and form vena. To help me? Vena jugularis inferior. Internal. Vena jugularis internal. Understand? Поэтому this is from brain, venous blood, this is flow of different part, vein and sinus. Understand? This is, you can see, plexus choroideus. Plexus choroideus, это central part. What you can see, смотрите, see, this is eye open, this is open, and what you can see, temporal lobe. Temporal lobe. This is medial surface. Medial surface. This is, if you saw, what you can see, inferior, это temporal. Это inferior ventricle, это posterior. Cornu, да, это inferior cornu, это posterior cornu. This is if you inferior cornu. As next, what you can see, inferior cornu. What this is, это help you scheme. Видите, how this? Вот. Это inferior cornu, you can see. Inferior cornu. Has next part, это. This is medial wall, because it's medial wall. This is hippocampus. What this is, you can see pes, you can see this don't fimbria. What this is, you can see tenia fornicis. Вот fornix, видите, fornix tenia. То есть crus continues in tenia. This is вот он, это medial wall. It's you can see eminentia collateralis. What you can see from, вот она, you can see eminentia collateralis. Eminentia collateralis. Вот видите, 14. Это будет inferior wall. Medial, inferior. What is it? Это lateral? Это lateral. This is superior. It's forms by white matter. White matter. This lateral wall and superior это white matter of the telencephalon. Это of the temporal, да, temporal lobe.
Professor, where is the collateral eminence?
Collateral this. Вот он, collateral. Ну, неужели you don't know? What's the collateral? Вот она, see, вот она, collateral. Вот collateral, eminentia collateralis. It's this impression gyrus, sulcus collateralis. Sulcus hippocampalis, this is impression and from hippocampus. If you, значит, как он называется, sulcus calcaneus, this is from calcar aves. This is bulbus occipitalis, this is impression fibers of the corpus callosum. Потому что because this is ventricle cover ependyma from epithelials. Ependyma. Ependyme. Understand? Поэтому this is inferior hippocampus. Inferior, no hippocampus. Это eminentia collateralis. Medial hippocamp, lateral and superior. This is white matter of the hemisphere. And you can see posterior. What this is, you can see eminentia. This is eminentia. What eminentia? This is уже hippocamp. This is, no, what you read. This is what, yes. Understand common. And posterior. What you can see, posterior cornu. Posterior cornu. This is what posterior cornu. You can see trigonum collateralis. This is you can see posterior cornu. What you can see plexus choroideus. Yes. This is what if as this might see what you can see. What you can see, this is eminentia trigonum collateralis. Поэтому posterior corn has inferior wall, это trigonum eminentia. Господи, что сказала? Trigonum collaterales, what you can see, это trigonum. Тригоном. Тригоном. Он тригоном. А теперь see, this is тригоном above calcar aves and bulbus. Вот, нет, вот calcar aves and bulbus. Значит, between, смотрите, здесь тригоном, bulbus, а between тригоном bulbus located calcar aves.
Calcar aves.
Поэтому then you take photo. I ask you this. Understood? Тригоном, вот, тригоном, calcar aves and bulbus. Вот он, bulbus. А тригоном, тригоном.
Professor,
This
this
is
one.
bulbus.
Да,
is
калька.
calcar.
Потом здесь тригоном.
Calca.
Тригоном eminentia. Вот смотрите, если это together. Вот if you eminentia, вот так, continues into and form trigonum. Вот так, да, вот, тригоном. Это здесь continuous. Здесь только уже это будет posterior corner, а это inferior corner.
Posterior inferior.
А здесь есть
continuous.
aves, а потом bulbus. Поэтому calcar, aves and bulbus form medial wall. Это inferior wall. А superior and lateral fibers of the corpus callosum. What you can see corpus callosum. Understand? Very simple. Understand? Yes. And next, what you can see next, это you can see third ventricle. Вот тут you can see plexus choroideus. Здесь you can see тоже third ventricle with choroideus. Вот здесь you can see third. Это sagittal. Sagittal. Здесь you can see тут. This is, if you can see diencephalon has next wall, the lateral wall. Form, ну да, это будет у нас что, да, lateral wall of the, this lateral wall. Because form medial wall of the thalamus. Да, это medial wall of the thalamus, а this is lateral wall of the ventricle, потому что здесь ventricle. I connect this ventricle. And superior plexus choroideus. Да, anterior lamina. Где она у нас? Пошли сюда. Вот you can see. Ну, tail или plexus choroideus. Lamina terminalis, anterior commissura. This is what еще name.
Column of
Column. This is inferior chiasm infundibulum. In this is located recessus opticus, recessus infundibulum. Это inferior. Not inferior, this inferior. This is located sulcus. Between thalamus and hypothalamus.
Hypothalamus sulcus.
This is you can see habenula trigonum. This is you can see pineal gland.
Pineal gland.
Pineal gland.
Professor, this one is
This
habenula.
is recessus suprapinealis. No, this don't. Так, вот this is beta. Вот you can see. Вот видите, this is pineal gland, значит, this is suprapinealis recessus. This is you can see, what you can see, это posterior commissura или epithalamic commissura. This you can see opening aqueduct, English. Understand? This is simple. Next, this you can see fourth ventricle has. Вот this is you can see это this is pares, да, pares anterior superior, pares posterior inferior. What you can see supra anterior, это posterior. Understand this? Вот this is you can see. What this is you don't know this poster. This is, it's, you can see, this is inferior, да? Inferior wall. Это floor. This is
Internal medullary volume.
you must know, что this structure, this is you don't see nucleus, it's only projection. Поэтому вот видите, you can see, вот она фосса, ромбоид фосса. Видите, you don't know, this is nucleus. Yeah, I show, for example, вот this you can see, this is trigeminous nerve. Значит, это this is located facialis and abducens, and this is glossopharyngeal area. Поэтому здесь you can see flow of ventricle. Understand? This is you can see superior. This is pedunculus cerebellaris superior. This is you can see velum cerebellaris superior.
Velum cerebellaris.
This is you can see velum medullaris superior. Вот velum, вот velum. Да, не velum, это pedunculus.
Peduncle. Superior velum.
Вот velum. Поэтому здесь you can see velum medullaris superior, pedunculus cerebellaris superior. This is you can see inferior posterior pares include what you with white color. This is you can see velum medullaris inferior. Смотрите, you can see white with white color. Вот. This is located pedunculus. Это this is нет, это velum cerebellaris inferior. Velum cerebellaris inferior. A velum cerebellaris inferior forms by pedunculus flocculus. Flocculus, pedunculus, flocculus. Потому что это different.
This one flocculus.
Вот оно, flocculus. Это velum. Velum. This is you can see, if you superior to inferior surface, this is you can see pedunculus cerebellaris superior, pedunculus cerebellaris inferior. This is you can see pedunculus cerebellaris superior. Это superior. А velum это enase. Это don pedunculus cerebellaris. Understand? What you can see, смотрите, what you can see pedunculus cerebellaris inferior, you can see plexus choroideus. This is plexus, значит, this is как бы connect blood from cerebellum. Forms тоже two forms pia mater. Тоже pia mater. This is cavitas, you can see cavitas. Understand? Question?